Hey, welcome back to the channel. I haven't been online, I've been crook, and I don't want YouTube to be a place where it pressures me to put a video up every day. I think that is not my intention for YouTube. My intention for YouTube is simply that I can give back to the community for the little bit of help and assistance that YouTube's given me. And there's a lot of knowledge um, about things tucked away up here. And my experience is that I don't know I can do something until I give it a go. And then I either know or I learn real quick. um, Sometimes I don't learn quick enough for other people. That doesn't matter. I still learn. And if I come across it, I know how to do it next time or how not to do it. Now, a lot of my learning's been ad hoc rather than structured, and a lot of it's been structured. I've got a degree in engineering, electrical engineering. I'm really proud of that. I fought hard for that. I also got a degree in information technology, so I'm an IT, bit of an IT guru. I'm not the guru. I just know enough to get myself a good living in IT. And at the moment, I don't have work. Um, I'm trying to get contract work to keep myself fed, but that's not coming off very well. I've been crook, and as people know you've been crook, they don't tend to give you much work. Don't know why that is, it just is. So get crook, lose work. Okay, fair enough. Um, they got businesses, and I understand that. You've got to run a business, but you've also got to have a degree of compassion. And if you haven't got it, you don't understand life. You can see a bloke struggling and he's on his last legs and he's trying, he's getting up, and every time he stands up someone belts him in the teeth and he's down again, and that's what it's like for me at the moment. So I'm going through some health issues, and so what? I'll just keep moving forwards. Just keep, like old Disney said, just keep going forwards, and that's not a bad thing to think about. If you've got a worthwhile goal, then go after it, and damn the torpedoes. Anyway, I've intended this as a quick channel update. I haven't been posting on YouTube. It takes a lot of time out of your life to edit videos and get them to a place where you think they're okay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in my videos that really shouldn't be in there, but I don't spend a lot of time on them. I simply cobble them together the best I can and get them up to YouTube. And some of the things I look at on YouTube, I'm like, why the hell did I say it that way? But I got my message across, and that's all that matters. Again, you follow along at your own risk in my videos. If you can't do that, then click them off. There's no reason you should watch them if you don't believe what I'm saying. Just don't watch them. Plenty of people out there that'll get my meaning and get to where I'm trying to get them. And they're the ones that I'd like to watch the videos, and the rest of them, good luck to them. I've had a number of negative comments where they didn't get me the first time, and they've left the negative comment up, and I've gone back to them and said, well, you left me a negative comment, where are you? And they said, oh, no, the video helped me out, and I'm like, well, why didn't you retract your negative comment? Okay, I'll do that. And they never do. So you're left with a negative comment on the channel. So what? They're not the people I'm trying to reach, but even though I did reach them, 90% of people are just out to have a whinge. 90% of them are up there that, I don't know, they get some perverse pleasure from putting negative comments all over the place. And shit stirring. Well, enough shit stirrers in the world. They don't need to be on the internet, but they're there. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a channel update. Haven't been well. That's the reason why I haven't put videos up. I've got a number of projects on the go, and I'm finishing off a project on how to build your own PCB holder. And in this project, I really didn't have a plan other than a scratched out idea for it here, right? So I always scratch out some kind of a plan. I always do something, even if it's a single sheet of paper with a bit of an idea of what I want to achieve. And I'm going to introduce that project in a little minute and start putting it up to YouTube. Now, I think I've got about 30 hours of footage in that quick little project, and that was its intention. And I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But I just want you guys to be aware that you've got to go through 30 hours of video and come up with something that's digestible on YouTube. You put 30 hours of video up to YouTube, A, it'll take 3 weeks to upload, and B, no one will watch it. I just won't. Sit through 30 hours of me trying to come up with that I do on a bit of paper. I wouldn't. I just want to know how to make it. And there should be enough video in there that I can do two videos. One is the how-to video on how to make yourself a PCB holder, and the other is a critique of the process and why ad hoc design is so bad. And that's the second video that's going to come out of that. And so for 30 hours of footage, I'm going to come up with 2 videos, and I'm going to show the mistakes I made in the design, and people can learn from your mistakes. And that will be the intention of the second video. So we'll cobble together the how-to and what worked, and then we'll cobble the how not to and what didn't work and why. And I think that's just as important of how-to. It's just as important. So I'll talk all about that in the next video. I just wanted you to know that, I've been doing it a bit tough, but I want to keep posting these videos to people. And again, watch them at your risk. If you don't like what I'm saying or don't follow it or can't do it, click it off and go look at someone else's. Right? There's plenty of videos up there. I might be going over old ground. I don't know. I just know that I know what I'm talking about most of the time. And not all the time, but most of the time, I know. And if I've put it up, I've been there, done that, and I've shown you how I've done it. And if I've done it wrong, then someone can learn from that and point it out to me nicely that, maybe you should have done this. And in hindsight, I'll go, yeah, maybe that was a better way to do that. But hindsight's great. I don't have that all the time. I don't often review what worked for ways I could have done things better. But in this instance, I'm going to do that. All right. So there's videos coming. I'm battling through a thing in my tummy. I had stomach cancer. I don't know how many of you know that. Bowel cancer. And they put a big hole in me. I've got a beautiful zipper. It's a beauty. Hysterectomy scar. And what do they call them? Cesarean scars. Girls, I'll stack up my scar against anyone's scar. It's a beauty. She's a zipper. Yeah, they opened me right up. And they're going to do it again very soon. I'm going to have another zipper because I've got a massive hernia from that first scar. And it ripped on the inside, and I'm hanging out everywhere I shouldn't be. So they're going to rip me again and mesh it all up and close me up again. So that's the plan. And they may find something else while they're there. Who knows? But whatever they're going to do it in July, which is coming up. I've only got a few weeks to lose a bunch of kilograms as well, which I'm not going to be able to do. So I'll be telling them that at the next outpatient's appointment. I said, I'm losing weight, but I'm not losing it as fast as I need to make the surgery date they've given me. So I'm going to be overweight for the operation. I'm not going to put myself in a dangerous position, period. I've got enough problems without that, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to continue to lose weight over time. I've done it before, I can do it again, but I've got to lose it at my pace, not at someone else's pace. And if that means they put me into it, they put me back, well then they put me back. and I'll still feel as bad as I feel for another couple of. The idea is that all this pain I go through is because the guts aren't where they're supposed to be, and the risk is that something will twist as a result of popping out of the hernia and popping back into place or whatever, and moving unrestricted in whatever direction. I can pinch off part of the intestine and kill it, and then I've got real problems. So they want to fix it, and I want them to fix it, but they're worried about my weight and my other issues, and fair enough, they don't want to kill me, and I don't want them to kill me either, but I want them to get on with it. So when we reach a happy medium, we'll reach it, and you know, if I miss the target weight by 5 kilos, I miss it. And we have a chat about it, and do we put it back another 3 months, or do we just take the risk and go hard? You know. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. I'm battling through my issues. I'm still trying to find work and battle towards my goals with my profession. Everyone knows I'm crook. Everyone that knows me knows, and they all think, you know, for whatever reason, I can't work, and there's not much work. In fact, there's not any work coming in my direction. I've been trying to get a job. I can't get a job because of my health issues. You know, it's just it needs to all get sorted so I can continue to move forwards with my goals. And I don't know. I really battle hard, and for every inch I get, it feels like I've battled a couple of kilometres for every few millimetres. And I'm making the millimetres, and I keep looking at the millimetres. I don't look at the bulk of the kilometres that were gone down the flusher. I look at the millimetres I gained, and I carry on. I keep going. And you know, sometimes it's like that for you, and I appreciate where you're coming from. Now, I have a thing floating around here called the Mark Hughes Foundation beanie. I think it's in the room because I was wearing it to bed because it's been bloody cold. I've been putting a beanie over my head. Just excuse me a minute. Right, so through the magic of television, here it is, Mark Hughes Foundation beanie. Keeps my head nice and warm. It's bloody cold at the moment. I've got my jumper on. I've got my beanie on, so I've got toasties over my feet. So everything's toasty warm. And what these guys do is they give to cancer research for brain cancer, and it's a worthy cause. If you haven't bought the beanie and you're in Australia, then by all means go out and buy a beanie. I actually got the last one in the shop I went to. This was it. That was the end of it. They're $25 Australian here. And all the proceeds from the beanie sales is going towards cancer research. And they've raised $4 million so far. And I reckon that's a drop in a bucket somewhere based on, like, if there's 5 million fans, you know, spending $20 a ticket at the footy. Why wouldn't 5 million fans spend? Sorry, it's $25. It is $25 a ticket at the footy. That's to get your ass into a cheap seat. To get into an expensive one's way more, but they spend a minimum of $25 a head. There's 5 million of them, you know, and if all of those spent this, there's $150 million that they'd raise, you know, gross, and take out the costs, you know. But there'd be over $100 million given to cancer research. Bloody good idea, if you ask me. Why not donate the gate proceeds minus the costs back to the foundation for the round? as well as sell the beanies. You know what I'm saying? Um, what would that do to the code? They gave 100 million to cancer research. That's just one weekend's take, gate take. The code should look at it. They should look at it and say, well, can we do it? Can we donate a rounds price? Maybe we charge an extra $5 a head during the season, and that extra $5 a head for the season goes to the cancer research. Um, it's the biggest killer there is, cancer. It's biggest, and we've got no idea how to fix it in most cases. And luckily, they knew how to fix mine. They cut it out of me, and we got it early enough that they got all of it. So I was a very lucky boy. In some respects, I could have been in a much worse position than I am. So the guts of all this is Mark Hughes Foundation. I want to give him a plug. He's on the internet. If you just want to give to his foundation, just give to it. It goes to the right place. Mark Hughes is an honourable bloke, ex-footballer. He's had brain cancer, and so he's concentrating on brain cancer and mostly kids with brain cancer. So his goal is to find out what causes it, and by finding out what causes brain cancer, well, they're going to find cures for other cancers. So I got no problem with that. I got no problem at all with that, and I had it in the cancer ward, in the oncology, getting your poison bag, and these kids there, like they're just out of high school, getting poison bags fitted, because they got cancer, and you wouldn't meet a more positive bunch of kids. Like, they don't mope about their condition. They're into it. They don't give a shit. They just want to move on, like everyone in the ward does. Like, they all want to move on. So did I. There'd be a week you'd come in and everyone would be in tears, and we knew we'd lost one. And you look at those kids and you go, well, why not me? Why them, not me? And well, I was lucky, and they weren't. It took them. There's a reason for it. God knows what it is, but there's a reason for it. But this guy, he's doing something positive about it. So give to his foundation. Just thinking about the number anyone goes and everyone's in tears. We lost a few along the way. The 12 months I was in chemo, a few people didn't come through it, and you can almost tell the week before. You can almost tell the ones that have given it up. They just want to move on, and they do. And there comes a point where the pain just gets too much, and you can see it. You can see what they're going through in their eyes. You can see it. The colour of their skin goes this horrible pasty grey shade, and you just know that they're struggling with it, to the point where they can't deal with it. Anyway, Mark Hughes Foundation, give to his organisation if you can. Even if there's a billion people give $1, there's $1 billion into cancer, and it'll go to cancer research. It'll go to the universities and to the labs that are coming up with promising solutions, and to those that are on the cutting edge of the research that need the funding because they've got a new idea and no one's backing them. New ideas, like some of them are crackpot ideas, and you wouldn't think they'd have a hope in hell of working, and yet they somehow do. There's the people working with cannabis. Cannabis has shown all sorts of promising things, and so is bee venom, and I'm into the bee venom side of things. I've got a great belief in bee venom because I'm a beekeeper. I am an apiarist. Yes, I am. And I've been stung many, many, many times in my life by bees. And I think that helps me pull through quite. I've got so much bee venom floating around in me. It helps me where others can't go. I come through. I also believe that. And I think there's a lot to be said for looking into bee venom and bee venom products and propolis and all the things that you have in honey that are good for you that get filtered out in commercial honey. They filter them all out. All the propolis gets filtered out. All the bits of protein that are good, insect parts that are in there, they're all good for you, other than the stings. If you're allergic to the stings, you don't want to be swallowing those. But, I eat my honey raw. I don't filter it. And when I sell it, I chuck it in a jar to the people I know and trust. And when you say anything you don't like the look of, just dig it out with a spoon because it'll all float to the top. But all of that golden, beautiful pollens and propolis and all those bobs and bibs, they're all good for you. And if you can eat them, they don't get filtered out of my honey, and they're still there, and you can just eat it. When you eat honeycomb, you're eating bee parts and wax and God knows what you're eating. But you eat it and you chew on the cone and you spit the bits of wax back out like chewing gum, and all the honey and goodness goes down. And I do that when I'm on the hives and I need a bit of a pick me up. I'll eat a bit of cone. You get it out of the lids of the hives. The lids have always got bits of cone in them. It's always beautiful, beautiful honey. And if someone asks me for a bit of cone, that's what I take. I take it out of the lid. I don't take it out of the frames. I take it out of the lids. And my lids are packed with bloody honeycomb. And the bees will unclog the vents if they need more air through the hive. They'll unclog the vent. Otherwise, they'll clog it up. And they regulate their own hive. So you don't mess with it. You just, whatever's around the vents you leave, and you just take bits of cone out of the centre of the lid, and you'll see they'll build again. I'll put more cone in there as and when they feel like it, Anyway, the aim of this was to plug the Mark Hughes Foundation, to give you a channel update. I just wanted to wish everyone well. I know we're only at June. It's the end of a financial year that a lot of us would rather forget with the COVID pandemic issues that we've all had to face in business. My little business, nightglowmanufacturing.com, it's parked really. I haven't had any orders. I can't get supply even if I had orders. I'm trying to solve those issues, and in and around that, I'm trying to take in contract work to feed us and pay the bills, And I'm not getting a lot. I'm not getting anywhere near enough. So our savings are going, and it's a drain on us, My little business is what it is. And I'm just going to keep pushing forwards towards all of my goals. A little bit every day goes a long way, and I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get my business up and running. That's our retirement fund, the Nightglow Manufacturing. That's what we're going to run that business as our retirement. It's a retirement business, and I've got to get it up and running before I retire. So there it is. That's what it is, and I'm going to work till the day I turn my toes up. I love working. I really, even though I'm crook, I haven't stopped working. I've always been doing some research and trying to develop whatever idea I'm motivated to develop. Right now, I'm doing some stuff that I'm not motivated to do, but I've got to get it done. And that's what I'm working on. It's nothing for YouTube or anything like that, and that's why I'm not on YouTube a lot. But I've got to get through this, and then I can get back into the stuff I like doing. So until then, I want you to make good decisions and do good things. Give back to your community. Keep swinging at your goals. I'll see you guys soon on YouTube.